I would describe Sonoma as a miracle. He's been one of the greatest things that's happened to me, and he's such a perfect fit to be my service dog. And I never imagined that I would get a service dog, but it turned out perfectly. It gives me more independence to be able to go out into places that are crowded, and not just overly crowded places, but going to the grocery store where you expect people to be. Before, I have a trigger spot on my back that if you touch any place on my back, I will drop to the floor and have a seizure. So when I walk through any place with Sonoma, I get more space because people will move out of the way, and he helps create a barrier. I really had to do that myself and just be the one always constantly looking around. So now he's literally the second set of eyes to help me. He gives me a lot more confidence when I'm having seizures, because I used to get all bruised up because I'd kick myself and knock computers and hit a bunch of things and get hurt from them. And now he's so big in front of me, he physically is a wall there to stop me from getting hurt. When I was 17 years old, I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease. I actually had the symptoms of it since I was 12, but it took many years to get diagnosed. And I also have other tick-borne diseases that cause a lot of problems, such as Babesia, Ehrlichia, Bartonella, and that has caused me to have a seizure disorder as well. Sometimes I am bedbound and I can't get up, I can't walk right. I have cognitive problems, so I can't read a book anymore. I have seizures, so that makes it hard to go in public when I never know I'm gonna have one or not. I have this helmet. It is a hockey helmet, and I wear it all the time when I'm in public because I never know when I'm going to have a seizure. And it actually has a sign on the back that says, "Do not touch back," with an arrow down, seizure alert, because if you touch my back, I will fall. So we hope that some people will see the sign and not tap me on the back. So I've been wearing this in public for over a year, and I'm really used to it now, so no one stares at me or anything. And if they do, I don't care. So Sonoma knows how to get my medicine bag at 5 times a day by a tone on my phone. So my phone will ring a certain alarm, and wherever this bag is in my house, he will go and find it, whether it's upstairs or downstairs, and he'll bring it to me when my phone goes off. And that's very helpful because I forget to take medications, and he will sit there and then watch me take it, and he won't stop staring at me until I take everything. He also helps me with mobility, and he lays in front of me to help with seizures so I don't kick myself. He's a sense of security. He's really helpful on any day, no matter what I'm doing, staying home or going out. He just makes every day brighter and every day happier, because I don't like to get up in the morning, but mornings are hard for me, for my body physically, but Sonoma will just come over and give me a ton of kisses and make it really great, and just makes every day better. He really helps me get through day-to-day life while I'm going through treatment. So I have all kinds of treatments and things that I do, and he helps me get things on the days I can't get things. And when I have a seizure, he's there to help me with that. And as I improve, he learns more and more things. But he helps with everything. He helps when I'm in the hospital. He helps me walk in the hospital, when before I had to be holding on to my mom. So that's very helpful. I think people should be aware and cautious about the questions that they ask people with service dogs in public. I know lots of people are curious, and sometimes they really just want to learn about the dogs and are respectful about it, but it's really not a good idea to ask somebody about their disability or what the dog does for them, because for some people it might be pretty black and white and easy, but a lot of people look just like me and don't look like they have a disability, and they might not want to talk about what the dog does. It might be physical, it might be mental, and it might be both. And it kind of can put people in tricky situations that they don't want to be in. Mostly people will just come up and reach for Sonoma, they don't even ask, and I have to just jump in and say, you can't pet him, he's working. Once I've had a person, we were coming out of an elevator at an appointment, and I was just turning around and they said, oh, I know that's a service dog and I'm not supposed to talk to you, but oh my gosh, your dog is so cute and I'm gonna pet him anyway. And I completely ignored them, turned around and kept walking. So some people really, knowing right or wrong, they do it anyway. Healthcare providers need to let service dogs in their facility, understanding that people have different opinions when it comes to food places. They don't want dogs around food. Medical places, they don't want the dog around because of a respiratory issue, even though he wasn't allowed in the hospital. But that's why I think, this is a service dog, this is for a medical problem, some kind of disability. You need to allow the dog in, and if you're dealing with respiratory patients, you can have a room set aside that can be as clean as you want, and the dog doesn't have to go in there. I've had mixed experiences. I've been to a doctor that didn't want Sonoma to come in because he deals with respiratory patients and dogs shed. Even though service dogs are allowed in these facilities, he didn't want to have to clean up after a room that had fur in it and deal with a dog. So that was difficult because I'm supposed to be allowed to have him everywhere with me. And then other places we've called up and they actually had a meeting with all of their staff to say, we have a person coming in with a service dog, you're not to approach the dog and to just pretend the dog isn't there. And that's what a lot of people should be doing, so they understand. Healthcare providers really don't know much more than the general public about service dogs. That's what I've found out so far. And I've seen quite a few of them. Some people are good when it comes to dealing with them, and some people just have no idea and come up like to pet your pet when your service dog isn't your pet. And there needs to be a lot more awareness and education so people know what to do. Because overall it can be impacting someone else's health. Sonoma, watch me. Watch me. Watch me. That's it. Yes, good boy. Yes, that's good boy. Sonoma, watch me. Kiss. Good boy. Good boy.